Hey guys, welcome to the video. So, I'm sure we can all agree that this market is absolutely insane right now. We have stocks taking off left and right 100% plus in a day. So in this video, I'm going to be giving my thoughts on Gamestop stock, whether I think it's a buy, whether you should stay away, and just the risk-reward standpoint over that and my thoughts on that. Also my thoughts on the overall market, if I think we should be fearing a stock market crash or correction, and just my overall thoughts on that. So let's go ahead and get into Gamestop stock. Alright, so looking at Gamestop, ticker symbol GME, we can take a look at the stock chart. We can see that yesterday it actually had a high of $76 per share, which is absolutely insane. It's currently sitting at about $65 per share. And there's a lot of stuff happening with this stock right now. It's getting everybody on FinTwit, Wall Street Bets, just all of the retail investors against all these short sellers led by a man named Andrew Left from Citron Research. Let's be honest, everybody hates this guy. He's recently turned into a meme. Everyone now calls it shitron research. And what this guy does is he'll put out short reports, try to manipulate the stock price. Usually whenever he sends out a tweet about his short, the stock will dump immediately, like 10 to 20%, no matter what the stock is. In the past, he shorted stocks like Tesla. He recently covered a short not too long ago because of how wrong he was. Also right now, he said that he's shorting Lemonade, the stock Blink, the stock Solo, and he's also very long, kind of pumping up these stocks, such as XO Fleet and Jumia Technologies, giving these crazy price targets of like $100 per share. But anyways, once this guy puts out a price target or a negative price target, the stock will usually pump or the stock will dump depending on whether he's short or long this stock. And he's just a master manipulator of the stock market overall. So GameStop is kind of a way for all these retail traders and investors getting back at that guy, trying to get this guy on a margin call, getting him to squeeze out of his short, and everything like that. So props to everybody long GameStop, props to everybody getting back at Citron. So here are my thoughts of whether we should be buying GameStop right now or staying far away and just watching from the sidelines. So just looking at the technical side of things, we can see that GameStop is being pumped like no other. The volume is absolutely insane. The RSI is over 90, which means that it's ridiculously overbought. And what's going on right now is the start of a short squeeze, and the real short squeeze may not be even started yet with all these big money guys in there. They're not getting these margin calls. They're flooding more and more money into shorting the stock. So could a bigger short squeeze be in the future? It definitely could. Could the stock go to $200? It definitely could. But at the same time, look at this valuation. The stock is not worth a valuation at all. In my opinion, at least, GameStop is not going to be anywhere near the future of gaming sales or anything like that. So we can also agree that about 90% of these people who are buying GameStop right now are not investing in GameStop. They're trading GameStop. They're riding the wave up. So in my opinion, there will be a dump coming, whether it happens next week, whether it happens a month from now, whether the stock gets pumped up for hundreds of dollars. That could easily happen. So you got to ask yourself, is it worth the risk buying GameStop right now at $60? Now this stock, like I was saying, this stock does have potential to go to $200 if everybody keeps on flooding money into the stock. But we can take a look at GameStop's balance sheet. They're over $1 billion in debt. If the company is going to want to actually have a chance at growth in the future, what they're going to do is they're going to start raising money by selling their own stock. So it's pretty likely that GameStop will do an offering. Now will people start panic selling on that offering, or will they just buy more shares? It could go either way. So that's a potential negative catalyst to be aware of. That could lead to a dump off. And look, everybody on Reddit, Wall Street Bets are all working together to pump up this stock. Now, can you trust these guys to not be taking profits along the way? You can, but it's risky. So if you end up buying GameStop, trying to ride the wave up, I would highly recommend you have a very tight stop loss on this stock, because the stock does have a ton more upside if the short squeeze does end up happening fully. But at the same time, there's a crazy amount of downside at this price. The stock could go down 50% in a day if we see an offering and everybody starts panic selling. So just be aware of that. Now my strategy, if I'm buying GameStop right now, I'm personally not buying GameStop. Reason because if you see a stock all over Twitter, all over Reddit, all over YouTube, chances are you're late to the party and that stock has already made the biggest move that it's going to make. My strategy with investing, just my personal strategy, is I will try to get into these stocks before the big move is made. And if the big move is made without me, I will not chase, because there's endless opportunities in this market right now. And there's just no reason to chase where there's so much risk compared to the reward. So once again, props to you if you have diamond hands and are holding GameStop. I hope you make a ton of money on that. I'm personally just staying away for now. Alright, so now let's talk about the overall stock market and my thoughts. So recently, Financial Education put out a video just talking about the overall stock market and how he's very disappointed and how it's so overvalued right now. And I'm sure the heavy majority of you guys watch him. He's the biggest stock market YouTuber overall. He has an amazing track record. It makes some great points in the video overall, where he's just saying that it's impossible to find deals in the stock market right now. And look, we can take a look at the stock market. We've seen that it's gone up 50% plus since the plunge happened in March. And that is just not normal at all. The stock market will usually go up 8 to 10% per year on average. And 50% in 6 months is absolutely insane. I'm sure we can all agree with that. But at the same time, if you're sitting on the sidelines scared for a crash, you're missing out big time on one of the biggest bull markets in history right now. Now, more money is lost anticipating a crash and correction than actually in a crash or correction. So if you're scared, if you're starting to short the market, guessing for a crash, if you're starting to sell your stocks right now, kind of guessing that the stock market will crash, you're missing out on the huge bull run right now. Now, could we see a crash or correction this year? Of course we could. There's always that possibility when the stock market does get overbought, but there's no reason to freak out until it happens. You will have time to react if something game-changing happens in the market. Look, if you sell out one day too late, you're still riding the full wave up. If you miss out on 5% or so because you sold a little bit late, that is not the end of the world. You will have time to react if something major happens and the stock market starts to crash or correct. But in my opinion, there's no reason to be sitting out in this market if you're a stock market trader. Now, if you're investing right now, if your point is to buy stocks and hold for the long term, every stock you buy is meant to be held 1 year plus. Maybe it's not the best market to be buying stocks, but you also should not be selling stocks in the hot stock market right now, at least in my personal opinion. Now, personally, I'm mainly trading stocks in the market, not doing too much in long-term investing, especially at these valuations. But as long as you're risk managed with all these trades, there's no reason to hold back at all with these trades. And like I was saying, this is one of the hottest stock markets we've seen in history. So there's no reason to hold back from trading fully right now. Just manage risk, have your stop loss in. If your stop loss gets hit, don't think twice, just accept the loss. And there's so many more opportunities in the market right now. If the stock market was to crash, look, you got your stop loss in. You're pretty safe as long as your mindset is to be managing risk. Because in this market right now, there's so much more reward than a possible risk to be had. The stock market just keeps going up, and there's no reason to stop buying stocks right now until something changes. Now, when something changes, that's where you can kind of adjust your approach. But as long as you have your stop loss in, as long as you're risk managed, as long as you're taking profits along the way, there's no reason to be scared. There's no reason to be anticipating a crash or correction as of right now. The stock market will not keep going up at this rate forever. It's just not sustainable overall. But you got to enjoy the gains while they're coming in. But right now, the stock market is so hot. There's so many opportunities out there for trading stocks. And as long as you manage risk, there's no reason to stop doing this. Just know that this market will not last forever. Stay grounded, but at the same time, make a ton of money right now because there are so many opportunities in this market. And this market is just flooding money into our bank accounts. So it's pretty nice right now. All right, so those are my thoughts on the stock market right now. Gamestop stock, whether you should buy or sell, and all that good stuff. If you're interested in joining the private Discord chat, the link's down below. If you want to get 30 free dollars on M1 Finance just by opening an account, the link's down below. If you want to get some free stocks on Webull, get some free money on Coinbase or Acorn Investing, those links are down below as well. They are affiliate links, so it does help support the channel, and I would greatly appreciate that. If you haven't subscribed, if you haven't liked the video, I would appreciate that so much as well. It does help me out a ton. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Hope you guys are making some great money in this market, and let's get rich.